will retaliate on our enemy's soil. Operation Sindoor was just one example of that, and India will act again if required.
Well, that's all that we can pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up trending with my colleague Rakshita.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
Bliss weaves the magic of warmth into a cold day. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Attorney General Bondi, why did you publicly claim to have the Epstein client list waiting for your review and then produce nothing relevant to that claim?
Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was sitting on my...
In February, you made a public claim that the Epstein client list was, quote, sitting on my desk right now for review, end of quote. You then produced already public information and no client list at a major media event hosted at the White House. Attorney General Bondi, why did you publicly claim to have the Epstein client list waiting for your review and then produce nothing relevant to that claim?
Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
From your smartphones to your smart televisions, the trending stories are always breaking the internet. And from heartbreak on the cricket pitch and the drama that unfolded with Yashasvi Jaiswal missing the historic double century to a major corporate shake-up that's happening in India, the biggest shake-up, the Tata Sons public listing that is looking inevitable now. Public TV gets you the inside scoop on that. Meanwhile, on the global stage, US President Donald Trump is back at his tariff game, taking aim at China and sending trade tensions soaring. And in an eyebrow-raising turn, Trump is claiming credit for this year's Nobel Peace Prize winner, sparking social media reactions across the globe. Viewers, all this and lots more packed in this edition of Trending. I'm Rakshita for you. Now, it was the moment that broke a billion hearts on the cricket field today, viewers. Yashasvi Jaiswal, cruising on 173, eyeing what could have been his third test double ton, was run out after a mix-up with captain Shubman Gill on day 2 of the Delhi test. A quick single turned disastrous as confusion between the wickets cut short what was turning into a master class. And with that, Jaiswal joined the unfortunate list, the 4th Indian batter to miss a double 100 because of a run-out. It's a club that even Rahul Dravid belongs to. However, this outstanding innings from the young opening batter now ranks among the highest individual scores by Indian batsmen, ending in a run-out. Indian cricketer turned commentator Sanjay Manjrekar to tops the list with a score of 218 against Pakistan in Lahore in 1989. And second spot is occupied by Rahul Dravid with 217 at the Oval in 2002, 180 in Kolkata in 2001. Yashasvi's 175 viewers against the West Indies sees him placed at the number 4 spot, ahead of Vijay Hazare's 155 against England in 1951. Now, Rahul Dravid's name, the world's name, appears twice in the top 5 with his 144 against Sri Lanka in Kanpur in 2009, viewers. But remember, viewers, despite the heartbreak, Yashasvi Jaiswal's innings was pure brilliance. His 173 is now the highest individual score by an Indian against the West Indies in nearly a decade. It's also his 7th Test 100 and his second in just 3 innings, remember. Proof that this 23-year-old is fast turning into India's next batting mainstay. And what transpired on ground, viewers, was pure drama. He kept his composure, though, on the field. And somewhat, viewers, we see that there was an argument that was visible. Fans also had their opinions about it. Social media lit up with anger, blaming Shubman Gill for the quote-unquote careless call that ended Jaiswal's dream knock. Clips of the mix-up are viral, with fans calling it one of the most avoidable dismissals in recent memory. In fact, if you see those clips, you can actually read you can listen or make out that what Yashasvi Jaiswal is trying to say is that it was his call. And that's why he wanted to take that run, but Shubman Gill did not, and henceforth it ended up denying him that double ton. Shifting focus to the drama around Tata Sons now, it shows no signs of slowing down. But amid the corporate shuffle, major development is emerging. Sources now indicate that a public listing of Tata Sons is increasingly looking inevitable. A growing consensus among trustees seems to be forming, signaling broad support for the move. So the anticipated listing of Tata Capital could be a game changer for the Tata Group's financial services. It would give a major boost to expansion, while also requiring the company to disclose financial information, bringing greater transparency for investors. Access to the capital markets will enable Tata Capital to fund the growth initiatives and expand its lending business, strengthening its position in the sector. In fact, a successful listing could build investor confidence in both Tata Capital and the broader Tata Group, potentially drawing in more investments. And beyond that, it could set a benchmark for other NBFCs, showcasing the immense growth potential of India's financial services sector. And joining me live, viewers, is my colleague Pranav from the digital newsroom as we continue to tell you what this listing really means. Now, Pranav, joining us from the business desk. Pranav, what is the latest update that Republic TV is picking up? What it seems right now is that this listing of the Tata Sons is inevitable, isn't it?
Well, the latest update on the Tata Sons listing is that the listing of Tata Sons now looks inevitable. In fact, the Shapoorji Pallonji Group, which is one of the shareholders or one of the stakeholders, so to say, in Tata Sons, yesterday late night issued a statement saying that they were seeking or they were pressing for listing of Tata Sons for more transparency and so that it could benefit 1.2 crore shareholders of Tata Group companies. And what we are given to understand, and in fact as reported by Republic earlier today, there is a growing consensus within the Tata trusts for the listing of Tata Sons.
Indeed, of course, that is something that is on the offing. But tell us more about what does this really mean when it actually happens, if at all it happens, what it really means for the investors, Pranav?
In fact, the listing of Tata Sons now looks inevitable because the September 30 deadline is already over. The Reserve Bank of India had, put a deadline of September 30. And now what we're given to understand is that consensus is building from within the Tata Trust for listing of Tata Sons. Now, what does it mean for investors? Well, Tata Group is one of the biggest groups in the country. It's one of the highest taxpayers in the country, corporate taxpayers in the country. It employs about 10 lakh people. And the overall market cap of the group is about 29 to 30 lakh crore. So that's the amount of that's the size of the conglomerate that Tata Group is. So obviously the listing of Tata Sons will definitely be affecting all the shareholders as well as the other involved parties. More importantly, as the Shapoorji Pallonji Group today has said, it will bring more transparency within the Tata Trust because it will now be answerable to the common public whenever it gets listed. So from that point of view, it is important that the listing will likely bring a transparency within the Tata Trust, within the functioning of the Tata Trusts.
And viewers, thank you so much, in fact, Pranav, for joining us with the details on that story. Viewers, we keep a close eye on that big story and exclusive scoops for our viewers. And shifting focus now, viewers, back to Donald Trump and his ways. He's back at his tariff game. This time, it's China that's in the crosshairs yet again. Trump has now announced a 100% tariff on Chinese goods and even threatened to cancel his upcoming summit with Beijing, reigniting tensions in the long-standing trade war. The move comes amid ongoing disputes over technology, manufacturing and trade imbalances, raising fresh concerns about the impact on global markets and supply chains. And following Trump's action, viewers, on the raging tariff war with China, the Wall Street tumbled to its worst day since April this year by a steep low in the stock prices. The numbers tell the story. A brutal day on Wall Street saw the S&P 500 plummet 2.7%, marking its worst performance since April. The Dow Jones was not spared either, with a staggering 878-point drop, translating to a 1.9% decline. The Nasdaq Composite wasn't immune either, shedding 3.6%. The pain wasn't limited to stocks. Oil prices also felt the pinch, with Brent crude slipping 3.8% to $62.73 and WTI crude taking a 4.2% hit, landing at $58.90. And with that, viewers, time to take a quick look at the trends that are running hot on social media today. Billie Eilish's North American Hit Me Hard and Soft tour kicked off on a rough note in Miami. During her first show, the 23-year-old Grammy winner was reportedly violently yanked and slammed against a barricade by an overexcited fan wearing a black cap. The incident, which happened as Billie stepped off stage to greet fans after performing her 2024 hit Guess with Charlie XCX, quickly went viral, sparking a larger conversation about concert etiquette and fan boundaries. In a cosmic first, the scientists have captured what was once only imagined: two supermassive black holes locked in orbit around each other. The groundbreaking image comes from a blazing quasar called OJ-287, sitting billions of light years away. For decades, astronomers had theorized that such binary black holes existed, but this is the first time we've actually seen them together. In Chile's Atacama Desert, a vast sunburned stretch tucked between the Andes and the Pacific, something extraordinary has been unfolding over there. The usually parched land has burst into color, blanketed by rare wild flowers after an unusually rainy winter. From soft pinks to bright yellows and purples, the Atacama's famous flowering desert is now drawing scientists, tourists, and photographers alike, all eager to witness this fleeting bloom. And in a twist of fate, a Singaporean restaurant with an AI chef has closed down because of a lack of human employees. The chef required employees, yes, the AI one, to load the ingredients for him, otherwise it could not work. Talk of replaceability. And now, viewers, after LeBron James hinted at a big announcement, many assumed that he was retiring, driving ticket prices up to $1,000 for what was believed to be his last game. But the reveal? A brand collaboration with Hennessy. Angry fans have now sued the Lakers superstar and basketball legend for misleading them. A heart-stopping moment from Himachal Pradesh has gone viral. A massive boulder came crashing down onto a moving car at Natpa Point in Kinnaur. Now, the shocking scene caught on a vehicle's dash cam shows the boulder tumbling down the hillside within seconds, narrowly missing the passengers. The incident took place last week, has sparked renewed concerns over landslide-prone stretches in the hill state, especially as unseasonal rains continue to destabilize the terrain. President Donald Trump's former TikTok Jack Advent rejoiced over the deal to save the popular social media app TikTok by suggesting Trump's son Barron to possibly have a greater role in the company. This follows Trump's jubilant return to the TikTok app this Monday, sharing a video on his profile from the Oval Office that got him racing over 6 million views in just a few hours. Now, Vidya Narayana, who worked at Google for 2 years before leaving and becoming a serial entrepreneur, took to Instagram to say that she was kicked out from a company she founded because of her identity as a brown woman. She has alleged racism at work.
Tier 2 or Tier 3 investor, it will be almost impossible to attract better investors into your cap table. So we did have a lot of problems attracting better investors after our Series A. One day, one of our investors casually asked me if the color of my skin or my gender was standing in the way of us raising more money. Let's put a pin on that. Eventually, when a couple of the board members decided that this guy would replace me as CEO, one of the things that he was most worried about was the optics of a white man replacing a brown woman as CEO. When they went around trying to convince the rest of the board,
A Kerala bus conductor's quick thinking and sharp reflexes saved a passenger's life when he fell off a moving bus. The conductor grabbed the passenger's hand, pulling him to safety just in time. Tesla's next big step in self-driving just got a teaser. Now, Elon Musk shared a video following the FSD V14.1 system autonomously identifying and parking itself at destinations. Musk said that soon Teslas could drop you off at a store and park themselves and return with a simple tap of someone. Auto park is seemingly closer than ever. And viewers, as US Donald Trump is used to taking credit, is once again is mongering for that. Some might raise an eyebrow, and they are, of course. He says Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who won this year's Nobel Peace Prize, much to the dismay of Donald Trump, called to dedicate her, what he says, in his honor. Trump quipped that he did not ask for the prize himself, though he suggested lightly that maybe he should have asked her. The remarks come after Trump was passed over for the Nobel, despite his own campaigning, lobbying so hard for it. Listen in.
The person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. A very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me though. I think she might have. She was very nice, and I've been helping her along the way. They need a lot of help in Venezuela. It's a basic disaster. So, and you could also say it was given out for 24, and I was running for office in 24. All of the transactions that we did in terms of closing, but there are those that say we did so much that they should have done it, but I'm happy because I saved millions of lives.
Reactions on social media on Donald Trump's Nobel claims are pouring in, and they range from bemused to downright incredulous. Some users, like one Instagram account, say they love the guy, calling him always actively positive in his own universe. Others are far less flattering, questioning whether he takes credit or begs for it. One user even quipped, "Delulu is the only Sululu," poking fun at what they see as Trump's self-centered antics. And another comment bluntly summed it up. He wants it all. Well, clearly the internet is not holding back, with reactions reflecting a mix of admiration, disbelief, and humor at the president's claim that Maria Corina Machado's Nobel Peace Prize was somehow in his honor. And with that, viewers, it's a wrap on this edition of Trending. We'll be right back with a lot more.
Just yesterday I was mentioning that Pakistan has promised to Donald Trump, we will deliver Bagram to you. Donald Trump had been muttering all kind of threats against Afghanistan. Well, they might as well give it straight, it belongs to us, we built it. There was a factual error. The Americans did not build the Bagram Air Base, it was built by the Soviets. Nevertheless, the simple fact is that Donald Trump was saying, hand it over or else. Everybody knows the chaotic, the disgraceful way in which the Americans had left Afghanistan on the orders of Joe Biden. And his top brass had hastened to carry out his orders. Even before withdrawing their civilians, their citizens, they had withdrawn on the orders to please the former president. And the tamasha that it created before the world is a spectacle that few will forget in a hurry. Now, Pakistan has tried to deliver last night on its promise of that it will punish the Pashtuns to an extent that they will get on their knees and hand over the Bagram base to United States of America. And how did they do it? You know, last night the ISPR was crowing. Our F-16s have launched a specific strike in Kabul and they have blasted to smithereens and killed, you know, Masood, the commander of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. You could note the sense of triumphalism in their tones as they hit a country which has no air force. The Pakistani Air Force is especially active against nations which do not have an air force. And Pakistan attacked Kabul and was doing its war dance. Then, unfortunately for them, they got the news it had been a total miss. Masood was alive and kicking, and he came onto television, he came onto the media to say that here I am without a bloody scratch. It's all a cock and bull story as always. And the ISPR was so embarrassed that they cancelled their, triumphalist press conference that was supposed to be. Look, this is the third air attack on Afghanistan. Third air attack in about just so many months. They attacked two villages in Afghanistan and they killed 52 women and children. Today they have attacked Kabul. Fortunately, they haven't been able to kill even a dog or a cat. I mean, that's the level of the accuracy of their delivery of so-called precision-guided munitions, right? It was a total damn squib. So embarrassing that Pakistan tried to deny that it had launched that attack at all, right? It quickly backtracked because had they been able to kill Masood, they would have gone to town, they would have run to Washington. Look at the way we are punishing these people. Just stop their food. Prevent India from sending food to Afghanistan. We won't let their convoys go via the land route. Donald Trump, please block the sea route via Chabahar. Sir, despite that, India has provided aid to Pakistan using the air route. We will do it anyhow. We have a base in Tajikistan and we will help the people of Afghanistan who have been patiently suffering at the hands of Pakistan for all these decades. For all these decades. It is Pakistan which has caused all the bloodshed, misery and loss of life and property in Afghanistan. Right? And if it was left to Pakistan, they would like to ensure that Afghanistan never settles down to a peaceful way of existence. But the Afghans have realized it. Their foreign minister is here in Delhi. He's here for about 8 days. 20 ambulances, foodstuff, medicines have already been sent for the Afghan people, especially those who suffered in the earthquake. Right? And now, we are going to present 5 more ambulances to Mutaki Saab in a token display here, which we will deliver to Afghanistan. Despite the land blockade, the food blockade by Pakistan, despite the food blockade by the United States of America, which is trying to block the sea route, which is trying to ensure that they reduce the Afghans to starvation so that they hand over the Bagram air base, and Pakistan, their attack dog, has been given this task. A task doomed to failure. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Last night, someone dropped the caboose. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped them with an automatic spotlight and a blaring alarm.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा आर मसाला।
Bliss. It teases, it soothes, and sometimes speaks without words. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Last night, someone stole my car. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped him with an automatic spotlight and a blaring alarm.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
R Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
Lashkar-e-Taiba's deputy chief Saifullah Kasuri, who is believed to be the mastermind behind the Pahalgam terror attack, has openly threatened Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a clip that is now going viral on social media. In the video, Kasuri can be seen praising Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir, referring to him as Field Marshal, requesting him to teach a lesson to PM Modi similar to the Pahalgam attack on May 10, 2025.
हम सतलज के किनारे पर इस वक्त मौजूद हैं।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
It's 8 p.m. and you're watching Live and Breaking with me, Isha Vincent. Our top focus, it's a rerun of RG Kaur case in the state of West Bengal. Our top focus coming in from the state of West Bengal. Not just that, the other big story that we are breaking tonight, India could actually witness its biggest ever listing coming up in the few days. All this and much more on this edition, but first let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. One student detained, rape case being reported from Durgapur in West Bengal. Odisha Chief Minister makes an appeal to Mamata Banerjee, says he's going to send district administration officials to coordinate with West Bengal police. Arnab Goswami breaks the biggest scoop on Tata Sons consensus among the majority of trustees, public listing likely soon. Trouble mounts for business tycoon Anil Ambani. ED arrests CFO and Executive Director Ashok Kumar Pal in fake bank guarantee case. Tehreek-e-Labbaik increase offensive against Shehbaz Sharif's government takes protest to Muridke, in which over 40 people were reportedly injured. Multiple key meetings held in the national capital today over Bihar seat sharing puzzle. Sources say JDU eyeing 110 and BJP eyeing 100 seats. Starting the edition with some breaking news now coming in from United States of America, where 4 people have been killed in a mass shooting that has been reported after a Mississippi football game. In fact, a confirmation has now come in from Leland Mayor, who has confirmed that the shooting took place around midnight. 4 people have been injured and they've been airlifted to the local hospitals. However, there is no word with respect to who are the suspects. Some suspects are being given to understand have been taken into custody and the investigation is already underway. Just to explain what's really happening on the screens right now. In fact, the police reached at this spot and the shooting that took place was at this main street, and people were in town, in fact, for the Leyland High School's homecoming game. And the school district website also indicated that there would be a large gathering at this very place where this mass shooting has actually taken place. In fact, what we have a confirmation coming in is that Leyland was essentially a little busier than usual with the local high school that you see behind in the screens right now. They had a schedule to play a football game to mark the homecoming. It's essentially an annual US tradition, usually in autumn, when you would have former students were basically welcomed back to celebrate, and that's when this shootout has taken place. No word really coming in with regards to who are the suspects in terms of arrest or detention. That clarity hasn't come in as yet, as the mayor has essentially indicated that the investigation is still underway. Well, in fact, earlier today, a report essentially came in from the state of West Bengal. A girl was gang raped, that too at the door of a college campus. In fact, it turns out that the survivor's father, who has now broken silence, said that her friend actually misled her, took her to a vacant place, and thereafter she was accosted by a few people and was gang raped. In fact, as of now, only one detention has taken place. 24 hours on, no arrest has been made so far. In fact, assurances have now been made by the Orissa Chief Minister, who has basically stepped in, saying that the officials from Bhubaneswar would be closely coordinating this entire matter. Take a look at this report.
Mamata's Bengal has failed once again. A second-year medical student from Odisha has been allegedly gang raped in Durgapur, right outside her college campus. The victim had gone out for dinner with a friend when she was allegedly attacked. Her family says that the friend who accompanied her fled the scene when 2 or 3 men arrived.
ঘটনা সম্ভবত এখানে এসে আমরা তো কিছু জানি না, তরবর করে এখানে জিজ্ঞেস করে দেখলাম। এখানে 9:30 9টার মধ্যে একজন ছেলে, ওদের নামটা কি ওয়াসিম খান নাকি ওয়াসওয়ালিয়া, ও বললো গুপচুপ খাবো, চলো দেখি সেদিকে ভুলে ওকে নিয়ে গেছে। কোন দিকে? আপনার গেট কাছে। আচ্ছা, তো গেট কাছে নিয়ে গেছে। আমরা তারপরে ও কি 2 জন না 3 জন লোক এসে, যখন 3 জন লোক এসে গেছে, ও ছাড়িয়ে সেখানে ওকে পালিয়ে এসেছে। তার মধ্যে একজন ওকে রেপ করেছে। এটা সম্ভবত 9টা 8টা 8:30 9টার মধ্যে।
The family, who travelled from Jaleshwar in Odisha, has accused the college authorities and the local administration of complete apathy. The remark reignites the anger that has simmered since the RG Medical College rape and murder case.
ये सब घटना कॉलेज में कैसे किस लिए घटेगा? लॉ कॉलेज में जो घटना घटी थी कॉलेज का आदमी नहीं घटाया. मेरा लड़की के साथ जो घटना है कॉलेज का आदमी नहीं घटाया है. जो क्रिमिनल है सब कॉलेज का अंदर ही है. वो सब अभी तक खुल्ला घूर रहा है. हम लोग किसी को सामने नहीं जा रहा है, मुंह नहीं दे रहा, देखा पा रहा है. मेरा लड़की का नाम सामने नहीं ले रहा है. ये सब होने से ये जो प्रशासन है कोई काम नहीं कर रहा है, इसलिए ये घटना हर दिन बढ़ रहा है.
Political voices too have begun to rise. Opposition leaders calling this a complete administrative collapse.
আপনারা সবাই দেখতে পাচ্ছেন মেয়ের মা বাবা বলছে, মেয়ে বলছে এবং পুলিশ এসেছিল. আমরা পুলিশকে রিকোয়েস্ট করছি যাতে পুলিশ যারা অপরাধী তাদেরকে যেন খুব তাড়াতাড়ি অ্যারেস্ট করে. আমরা অপেক্ষা করছি পুলিশের জন্য, স্টেপের জন্য.
মানে পুলিশ আসা মানে তো আমাদের এখন সন্দেহ হয় যে টেম্পারিং করা হচ্ছে, তথ্য লোপাটের চেষ্টা করা হয়েছে. উপর থেকে ফোন এসছে যেটাকে মেটাও, এটাকে যে কোনো মেটাও, এরপরে টাকা পয়সার অফার হবে.
Even as the police say that the investigation is underway, the lawlessness, the sheer audacity of the perpetrators in West Bengal is glaring. From Arjikar to Durgapur, the pattern is impossible to ignore. Repeated crimes, unending protests, and a system that seems unmoved.
Well, in fact, the doctors' organizations have now written a letter to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee demanding impartial investigation into the case. Remember, back in 2024, you've had Mamata Banerjee's government being questioned about the investigation that was carried out by the West Bengal police. Thereafter, the matter had to be finally handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation and a charge sheet was filed. But that led to several questions being raised about the manner in which the investigation was being carried out. Direct allegations were levelled that this was not a fair investigation that was basically carried out by the Kolkata police, and the fact that they were unable to find enough clues. Now, you have the BJP raising this entire matter, demanding that strong action to be taken, and they're raising this question as to why it has been over 24 hours and no arrest has essentially taken place. On your screens right now, this is the very letter that has been written by the organizations to the Chief Minister. I'll just quickly take you through what we know so far. She's a second-year MBBS student from Orissa who was gang raped, that too outside a private medical college in West Bengal's Durgapur. Now, this happened on Friday night, and a complaint has now been filed. And in that very complaint, the survivor's father has essentially said that her friend had misled her and took her to a vacant place under false pretext. He said that the attackers also snatched his daughter's mobile phone, took about 5,000 rupees from her, and thereafter her friend had fled from the very spot, and the family suspects that he is also involved. And that's the friend that we are talking about, and we are given to understand that one detention has taken place, no arrest so far. Now, officials have essentially indicated that the second-year MBBS student who is from Orissa had gone out when some men accosted them near the gate of the college around 8:30 in the evening on Friday. Now, the doctor's body have also now demanded that a thorough investigation to be carried out, an impartial investigation should essentially be carried out. Now, on Saturday, that's today, you have the investigation finally taking place, and some people have been questioned. We do not have the numbers with us at this point in time, but they say that this included the survivor's friend. The survivor's friend's statement has also been recorded. You already have a political blame game taking place with the senior West Bengal minister raising questions about the fact that the BJP is basically playing politics over this entire matter. But let's also take you through more developments now taking place. In fact, we're given to understand that the NCW has now essentially stepped in, and the NCW suo moto has taken cognizance of this entire matter. In all likelihood, we are given to understand that the National Commission of Women would be perhaps also sending a delegation. In fact, In the notice that has been issued, we've been given to understand that they are basically also seeking a report from the police on this entire matter and also seeking details about the investigation that has been carried out so far. This afternoon, what you see, these are the visuals coming in from the very hospital when you have had locals as well as family members raising concerns about the manner in which the investigation has been carried out. Priyanka Tribrewal of the BJP is joining us on this broadcast. Priyanka, West Bengal Minister taking a dig at you, saying that why exactly play politics on this entire matter? Now, political blame game essentially taking place, but questions also being raised in the manner the investigation has been carried out. A little less than 24 hours, but no arrest that has been made so far.
It is not a matter of any kind of, political scenario here, but it is, or a blame. But the thing is that this is not something which is very new or, something which has happened after a very long time in Bengal. After this government has come in 2011, rape has become a everyday affair over here. Every month or the alternate month, you get to hear rape cases. Forget the Arjikar case. We have seen what happened ultimately. Nothing happened. So similarly, this has become a custom. This lawlessness is prevailing in Bengal. The police administration is a complete failure because the police administration and state administration is busy sitting in the carnival and attending the carnival. So how can they think about the safety of people of Bengal? They are nowhere there on the ground.
Priyanka, but you have the family members also raising concerns here about the manner in which the investigation has been carried out so far. What is it that you know and perhaps you could share with viewers who are joining us right now?
See, my concern is very simple, that a proper investigation needs to be done in the matter. And, there should not be a callous approach and no shoddy investigation should take place. Moreover, they should not try to victim shame, do the victim shaming, because every time what do they say? The Chief Minister herself has said on a number of occasions, that the child had a love affair, that the girl had a love affair. So in this case, we believe that whoever is the perpetrator, he should be given proper punishment and should be arrested with immediate effect. How can this happen? That more than 24 hours and the police has not even arrested the culprit.
Well, thank you very much, Priyanka, for joining us on this broadcast. In fact, if we take a closer look at the statement of the survivor's father, he's also alleged that there is absolutely no security at the campus. And the fact of the matter is this, that with a little less than 24 hours of the incident that has taken place, there has been no arrest that has actually taken place so far. And that is the reason why you've had the BJP raising concerns about the manner in which the investigation has been carried out. Well, in fact, the pilot body has essentially raised concerns about the manner in which the investigations have been carried out with regards to Boeing 787. In fact, not just one, but this is the second airline body that has, pilot's body, I beg your pardon, has actually written to the Ministry of Civil Aviation looking for a further investigation to be carried out and not just stopping at the investigation that has been carried out by independent airlines.
Continued chaos, multiple technical glitches, mid-air scares, and the invocation of the Ram air turbine. Safety alarms are ringing louder than ever for Air India's Boeing 787 Dreamliners. And now, pilots are demanding that the entire 787 fleet operated by Air India be grounded. The grouping made the demand in a letter to Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu. The letter mentions malfunctioning electronic systems on two recent Air India flights. On October 4, AI 117 from Amritsar to Birmingham was grounded after RAD deployment mid-descent, a critical safety event. On October 9, AI 154 from Vienna to Delhi was diverted to Dubai after autopilot and flight control system failures mid-air. The pilot's body says
These are critical failures, indicators of Air India's poor serviceability, and claim snags have spiked after new private engineers replaced government-owned easel staff. The letter also cites the June 12 Ahmedabad crash of AI 171, which killed 260 people. Pilots say safety lapses are rising after the maintenance overhaul. The Federation of Indian Pilots has made 3 key demands: investigate both recent incidents, ground all 787s, and order a special DGCA audit. Air India has rejected the claims of electrical failure. The airline says RAT deployment was uncommanded, but there was no loss of power or control. Meanwhile, the DGCA is yet to officially respond, but with repeated incidents and pilots warning of danger, pressure is mounting on the government. Multiple snags, a deadly crash in the backdrop, and now pilots demanding grounding. India's Dreamliner fleet in Air India faces its toughest safety scrutiny yet.
Well, Pakistan bombed Kabul and tensions have flared up in Afghanistan. Now, Afghanistan has actually dismissed the bombing. In fact, Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi actually took a dig at the Pakistanis by saying that they've searched the entire night, but they could not find any damage. However, Pakistan has now been chosen by Donald Trump to deliver the Bagram airbase, something that has now been rejected by the Afghans. They say that Pakistanis as well as United States of America should actually learn from history. It's after all a graveyard for empires.
Just yesterday I was mentioning that Pakistan has promised to Donald Trump, we will deliver Bagram to you. Donald Trump had been muttering all kind of threats against Afghanistan. Well, they might as well give it straight, it belongs to us, we built it. There was a factual error. The Americans did not build the Bagram Air Base. It was built by the Soviets. Nevertheless, the simple fact is that Donald Trump was saying, hand it over or else. Everybody knows the chaotic, the disgraceful way in which the Americans had left Afghanistan on the orders of Joe Biden. And his top brass had hastened to carry out his orders. Even before withdrawing their civilians, their citizens, they had withdrawn on the orders to please the former president. And the tamasha that it created before the world is a spectacle that few will forget in a hurry. Now, Pakistan has tried to deliver last night on its promise of that it will punish the Pashtuns to an extent that they will get on their knees and hand over the Bagram base to United States of America. And how did they do it? Last night the ISPR was crowing. Our F-16s have launched a specific strike in Kabul and they have blasted to smithereens and killed, Masood, the commander of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. You could note the sense of triumphalism in their tones as they hit a country which has no air force. The Pakistani Air Force is especially active against nations which do not have an air force. And Pakistan attacked Kabul and was doing its war dance. Then, unfortunately for them, they got the news it had been a total miss. Masood was alive and kicking, and he came onto television, he came onto the media to say that here I am, without a bloody scratch. It's all a cock and bull story, as always. And the ISPR was so embarrassed that they cancelled their, triumphalist press conference that was supposed to be. Look, this is the third air attack on Afghanistan. Third air attack in about just so many months. They attacked two villages in Afghanistan and they killed 52 women and children. Today they have attacked Kabul. Fortunately, they haven't been able to kill even a dog or a cat. I mean, that's the level of the accuracy of their delivery of so-called precision-guided munitions, right? It was a total damn squib. So embarrassing that Pakistan tried to deny that it had launched that attack at all, right? It quickly backtracked because had they been able to kill Mahsood, they would have gone to town, they would have run to Washington. Look at the way we are punishing these people. Just stop their food. Prevent India from sending food to Afghanistan. We won't let their convoys go via the land route. Donald Trump, please block the sea route via Chabahar. Sir, despite that, India has provided aid to Pakistan using the air route. We will do it anyhow. We have a base in Tajikistan and we will help the people of Afghanistan who have been patiently suffering at the hands of Pakistan for all these decades. For all these decades. It is Pakistan which has caused all the bloodshed, misery and loss of life and property in Afghanistan. Right? And if it was left to Pakistan, they would like to ensure that Afghanistan never settles down to a peaceful way of existence. But the Afghans have realized it. Their foreign minister is here in Delhi. He's here for about 8 days. 20 ambulances, foodstuff, medicines have already been sent for the Afghan people, especially those who suffered in the earthquake. Right? And now, we are going to present 5 more ambulances to Mutaki Saab in a token display here, which we will deliver to Afghanistan. Despite the land blockade, the food blockade by Pakistan, despite the food blockade by the United States of America, which is trying to block the sea route, which is trying to ensure that they reduce the Afghans to starvation so that they hand over the Bagram air base, and Pakistan, their attack dog, has been given this task. A task doomed to failure. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Getting in some more breaking news from Jammu and Kashmir, where a cordon and search operation has been launched in Jalalabad area of Supor in North Kashmir's Baramulla district. In fact, sources are indicating that 2 to 3 terrorists are believed to be trapped in the area. This operation is now being carried out. It's a joint operation between the Rashtriya Rifles, CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir police. In fact, the forces have cordoned off the area and the searches are underway. Joining me right now on the broadcast is my colleague Arawat. Arawat, just walk us through the details that you're picking up. We believe that 2 to 3 terrorists have been sighted by the Jammu and Kashmir police.
Yes, absolutely, Shawn. It's the intelligence basically that Jammu and Kashmir police has received, and then after we have seen in the Sopore town, there is the area known by the Jalalabad, and we have seen that the cordon and search operation has been launched by the joint security forces in the entire area, and all the entry and exit points have been completely sealed. There are inputs that 2 to 3 highly trained Lashkar terrorists believed to be trapped in the same area where we have seen that the door-to-door search operation has begun. Also, we have seen that the floodlights have also been installed at the same location where the ongoing operation is going on. Also, we have seen all the entry and exit points have been completely sealed, particularly if we'll talk about the ongoing operation. Jammu and Kashmir Police Special Operation Group is leading this operation along with the 22 Rashtriya Rifles in the Sopore town. We have already seen in the past in the South Kashmir the exchange of fires, and right now we have getting the information that as of now the cordon and search operation is going on. Also, we have also got the confirmation from the officials that the operation is still going on, and there is possibility that exchange of fire may took place in coming hours. And also, we have seen that the senior officials from the army and the police are on the ground, and they are monitoring this, the spots very closely. And the civilian movement have also been restricted to these locations. We believe that this is the intelligence and the human basis inputs that the special operation group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police has has got the updates, and then after we have seen that the entire area is under caught and search operation. Yes, Shravan, back to you.
Well, Arnab, just one quick question before I let you go, because I believe this is the second such operation that is being carried out in the area. What more details are you picking up? Because in the past too, we are given to understand just about a month ago, a similar sort of sightings actually took place.
Yes, absolutely, Sean. We have seen that the intelligence agencies are continuously monitoring these local and non-local Lashkar and gestures along the North Kashmir. We have seen the recent operations in the Kupwara sector, and then after we have seen that the group was roaming in the Sopore area. We have seen that the intelligence agencies were following these terrorists very keenly and very professionally. And as of now, we have seen that the 2 to 3 terrorists have been encircled by the joint security forces, and we believe that the operation will begin soon. As far as we have seen that the entire area is still under coordinated search operation, and we have seen that the officials on the ground, they are monitoring every bit and every corner. Also, there are some civilian areas, and civilians have also been evacuated from the various nearby sites where we have seen the operation is going on. Yes, Shravan.
Well, thank you very much, Arnab, for getting us the latest details. We'll be tracking this very closely as the situation seems to be quite fluid. Well, that's all that we could pack in this edition of Live and Break.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
मेरी गाड़ी ठोकेगा? पर गलती तो आपकी है। मेरी गलती? तू जानता है मेरा बाप कौन है? ये देखो, पापा और गलती दोनों याद आ जाएंगे। अब देखा किसने सिग्नल तोड़ा?
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
ये बड़ी गाड़ी वाले ऐसे ही रश चलाते हैं।
अरे चुप, तुमने तो गाड़ी वालों को ही विलन बना दिया।
ये देखो,
Cubo dash cams. Get smart, get Cubo.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ, 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
Attorney General Bondi, why did you publicly claim?
This is Republic Jack Pollywall Studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I'm Akanksha Khajuria. Let's get started.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च। मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता. Tata AIG Health Insurance. With you like family. With you always.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे.
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
इंडिया सोना.
Last night, someone broke into Ishan's room. Well, almost. But Cubo AI stopped him with a loud alarm and alerted the mom.
Cubo smart security cameras. Not just record, it protects.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला. सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
It's 8:30 and you're watching Live and Breaking with me, Isha Vincent. Let me take you through the headlines we are tracking at this hour. Shocking case of alleged rape emerges from medical college in Bengal's Durgapur. Second-year MBBS student detained by the police. Orissa Chief Minister Mohan Manji appeals to Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee demanding swift action in Durgapur alleged rape case. Arnab Goswami breaks the biggest scoop on Tata Sons. Consensus among majority of trustees, public listing likely soon. Trouble mounts for businessman Anil Ambani. ED arrests CFO and Executive Director Ashok Kumar Pal in fake bank guarantee case. Tehreek-e-Labbaik increases offensive against Shehbaz Sharif. Government takes protest to Murid in which over 40 people were reportedly injured. Multiple meetings take place in the national capital today over Bihar seat sharing puzzle. Sources say JDU eyeing 110 and BJP eyeing 100 seats. Well, the Tata Sons saga continues to unfold, but amidst the drama, a significant development is taking shape. Sources suggest that the much anticipated public listing of Tata Sons is now looking inevitable. There's growing consensus that is building around the move, with a majority of trustees reportedly on board. Republic's editor-in-chief points out that this could be perhaps the biggest listing India has ever seen. Take a look at this report.
Amid the whole Tata Sons saga going, the much anticipated Tata Sons' public listing is now looking inevitable. There's a growing consensus building around the move, with majority of trustees said to be on board. Many believe that a listing is in Tata Sons' best interest. A move that would bring greater transparency and good governance to one of India's biggest business groups. The buzz within Bombay House is unmistakable, and the Finance Ministry's decision could soon seal the deal.
It is that the Finance Ministry will have to take a call on listing very soon. RBI is for listing. Finance Ministry is on listing. Will the government ask for listing very soon? If the government asks for listing, then Pranav, this is the biggest business story of the decade, the listing of Tata's. Can you imagine? The listing of Tata Sons. What that will be in monumental terms. In terms of the unlocking, in terms of the unlocking of value, the unlocking of value, the unlocking of shareholder value, the opportunity for Shapurji Palonji is a very small matter in the bigger story.
As of now, total 26 companies of Tata Sons are listed in the public markets. As Republic's editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami highlighted, if all goes through, India may witness its biggest ever listing, the Tata Sons' debut on the Dalal Street.
Well, in fact, the Border Security Force has essentially witnessed multiple infiltration attempts that have actually been made. Now, intelligence agencies have essentially picked up that over the last few months, several of these launch pads have once again been active. And that is the reason why along the international border, there is increased patrolling that is being done. Here's a special report coming in from the international border.
टेररिस्ट ट्रेनिंग कैंप्स के ऊपर जो हमारी सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस के द्वारा ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में हमला किया गया था, चाहे वो हमारी एयरफोर्स के द्वारा हो, हमारी आर्मी के द्वारा हो, या बीएसएफ ने यहाँ जम्मू के इलाके में लॉन्च पैड्स को टारगेट किया था, तो उन लॉन्च पैड्स पे भी उनका काफ़ी नुकसान हुआ था। और हमारे पास ऐसी कुछ खबर हैं कि उनको वो शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं, उनको दोबारा से रिवाइव करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। तो ये सारी ही जानकारी हमारे पास उपलब्ध है और समय आने पे, अवसर आने पे हम उचित कार्रवाई ज़रूर करेंगे।
Strikes in Kabul, tensions in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and a growing threat casting a long shadow over India, one name, Pakistan.
मैं इस समय कोई स्पष्ट आंकड़ा तो आपके आगे नहीं देना चाहूँगा, लेकिन विभिन्न प्रकार से, विभिन्न सोर्सेज से हमारे पास खबर आती रहती है कि किस प्रकार जैश ए मोहम्मद हो या लश्कर तोयबा हो या टीआरएफ हो, तो इनके जो लोग इनसे जुड़े हुए हैं वो रेकी करने के लिए आते रहते हैं और उन पे करीबी निगरानी हमारे द्वारा बिल्कुल जारी है। हमें अगर अवसर प्रदान करेंगे, ये हमारी सीमा की ओर आंख उठा के भी देखेंगे, तो इनको बहुत ही करारा जवाब बीएसएफ के द्वारा दिया जाएगा।
Men and women of the Indian Armed Forces maintain relentless around-the-clock patrols along the border with Pakistan. Bristling with sophisticated weapons and advanced surveillance, BSF units are tracking both ground and airborne threats along the Indo-Pak international border.
With Pakistan facing internal turmoil in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Baluchistan as well as Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan may try to divert the situation to the Indo-Pakistan border, and we have seen some unusual movement of the forces that has been seen in the Sialkot, of which the Border Security Force has also taken a note of. IGBSF today said that they are well aware of the situation evolving in Pakistan and are keeping a close watch on the situation. Right now we are reporting from the Jammu sector international border, where the troops of the Border Security Force are carrying out round-the-clock strict vigil on the borders. They are ensuring that every attempt that is being made by the adversary is foiled well within the time, because we are speaking at a time when Pakistan is grappled with the internal turmoil as well as its northwest frontier with Afghanistan, where the situation is also raking up with the Pakistani strikes that have taken place inside Kabul.
Nothing is being left to chance. A warning comes as IGBSF Jammu Shashank Anand says Pakistan is rebuilding terror infrastructure with groups conducting reconnaissance for infiltration into Indian territory.
देखिए, हमारे पड़ोसी मुल्क के कोई भी मंसूबे हों, उन पे हम बहुत करीबी बारीक नज़र रखते हैं और जो भी गतिविधियां वहाँ पे हो रही हैं वो हम उसको क्लोजली वॉच कर रहे हैं। हमारी तैयारी है, जैसा ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में सीमा सुरक्षा बल ने करके दिखाया था, अगर उनकी तरफ से कोई भी हिमाकत ऐसी होती है, चाहे घुसपैठ करने की वो कोशिश करें, तो उसका मुंह तोड़ जवाब हमारे द्वारा दिया जाएगा। हम अपने साथी सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस के साथ, सिस्टर एजेंसीज़ के साथ लगातार समन्वय हमने बनाया हुआ है और जो भी घटनाएं वहाँ पे हो रही हैं, इसको हम क्लोजली एनालाइज कर रहे हैं।
BSF troops deployed along the Indo-Pak international border in Araspura sector of Jammu are maintaining the highest level of alert after security forces and intelligence agencies reported unusual military movement in the Sialkot area of Pakistan.
देखिए, सीमा सुरक्षा बल तो पूरे ही साल, चाहे कोई भी दिन हो, हम हाई अलर्ट पे रहते हैं। जो भी मूवमेंट्स सीमा पार हो रही हैं उनको हम कॉरबोरेट कर रहे हैं, वेरीफाई कर रहे हैं और जो भी ज़रूरी रिस्पांस उसके संदर्भ में होगा वो कदम हम ज़रूर उठाएंगे।
The mission is clear and so is the intent. This is New India. We will not initiate aggression, but if need arises, India will retaliate on our enemy's soil. Operation Sindoor was just one example of that, and India will act again if required.
A second-year-old MBBS student was allegedly gang raped in West Bengal's Durgapur. In fact, a little less than 24 hours and the West Bengal police has made a detention. But so far, no arrest has taken place. In the police complaint, survivor's father has said that her friend had taken to a vacant area where she was basically gang raped. In fact, she was accosted by them and thereafter gang raped. And not only that, she was brutally assaulted. Take a look at this detailed report.
Mamata's Bengal has failed once again. A second-year medical student from Odisha has been allegedly gang raped in Durgapur, right outside her college campus.